Hello everybody, ex-Bethelite here, 937-789-4029. Let's talk a little bit about dating and the Jehovah's Witnesses, and let's just be, 100% forthright and open about, all of this. The concept is that if you are dating someone that is not a Jehovah's Witness, be it male or female, you're dating someone that is involved probably with immorality, probably out there wild, probably cheating on you, so on and so forth. And essentially, dating a Jehovah's Witness is preferable because the moral standard is higher versus someone outside where you have no clue what you may be dealing with. Let's be honest. This is a person by person case with regards to dating. It's nothing that you can look at across the board and say everyone outside of the Jehovah's Witnesses is this way, everyone inside is the other, because you are going to have some rude awakenings dating inside the Jehovah's Witness organization. You're going to be dating people who are witnesses, who are pioneers for years, that are involved in all kinds of stuff. That have slept with this person or that person, that have been involved with this elder or that elder. I'm not just talking about women, men that are in the organization that have got all kind of pornography that they're looking at. I mean, if when you're talking about looking for potential marriage partner and the reasoning behind Jehovah's Witnesses wanting to focus so much on only dating a brother. If you're dating someone outside of that religion and you attend meetings, you're instantly looked at as if you're done something wrong, and they may not even know this person that you're dating at all. They may not know anything about the person you're dating, but they're going to assume that if it's not a witness, there is a high chance that this relationship will not work out. I was born and raised Jehovah's Witness, so I should not know anything about divorces and all kinds of unbelievable things going on in different people's relationships. But the truth of the matter is that you have all these divorces amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. You have all kinds of physical and verbal abuse going on amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not talking about people who don't have appointed positions. I'm talking about people that do have appointed positions. You have people who have slept with whoever, and may still be in contact with whoever. And I'm not talking about just any sister. I'm talking about pioneers. So the concept that you should judge a person automatically based off the fact that they're dating someone who is not one of Jehovah's Witnesses doesn't make sense unless you have people in your organization that are all, morally without stain. But it's far from the case. Now, I'm not talking about every Jehovah's Witness. I'm not saying that every Jehovah's Witness man is abusive. I'm not trying to say every Jehovah's Witness woman has slept around. What I am saying is that there's no way of differentiating just simply based off of the religion. You have to get to know people on a person by person basis. So, in my assessment, I won't say my opinion because these are facts. I have spoken to I don't know how many women who have been physically abused. There was someone I recall that was thrown up against a door and hit her back on the door handle. There's people that have been just straight out physically abused to where they've taken pictures of the bruises, and oftentimes those relationships are worse than abusive relationships outside of the organization because the woman then goes to the brothers. Okay? Instead of going to the police, the woman then goes to the brothers, and the brothers may or may not. Oftentimes they do not do anything about the situation other than tell the woman she needs to be a little bit more submissive or something to that effect. By the time she's done dealing with the brothers, the bruises are no longer there, and you don't have any proof to show the authorities. So you have to have reason. You can't just be I'm over here right by, I think, a mole's hole or whatever, and if there's babies in there, I think I need to get out of here just in case I get attacked. But you have to have reason. You can't just be prejudiced against everyone that is not a Jehovah's Witness. That's prejudice. You just assume a blanket statement. You know, these people are there's got to be something wrong with them if they're not a Jehovah's Witness. I have seen, and I'm talking, I have seen people get married at a young age. You would assume neither had gotten involved with too much of anything because of how young they were, and they end up divorced within months. It wasn't even close to a year. Within months, they're divorced. I kid you not. I mean, I went to the Kingdom Hall with the brother, and I didn't know the sister until they were married. I don't even think I got to speak to the sister before they were divorced and she was no longer attending that Kingdom Hall. I mean, I saw the two of them getting out of the car, you know, for a few meetings, going to the meeting together, the new married couple, and literally did not have time to speak to her before they were divorced. These are things that go on, and for what reason then do you tell people that they should only date a Jehovah's Witness? They're talking about, you know, they use, I think in, you know, some publications, the situation with Dinah, how Dinah, you know, found somebody and he was nice and he seemed nice, but she still ended up in a bad situation. Oh, if she was only not dealing with people on the outside, this stuff wouldn't happen. Well, you failed to mention that the exact same things that are happening to Dinah are happening to women inside the organization. This is what we have to deal with. And they can't say, well, this is something that doesn't happen very often, because my lands, just a child molestation in and of itself, thousands of cases. It's something that happens pretty prevalently, let alone women being abused. There was a woman, apparently that was urinated on. I can't remember if the brother was a elder or ministerial servant, but she married a Jehovah's Witness, and she then had to go to the brothers because of being urinated on, and I guess he forced himself on her multiple times. This is as shocking as that is. It really shouldn't be shocking, because these things go on, and the assumption is that there's somehow something magically keeping it from happening amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. Just because a person did their watchtower or carried the microphone does not mean that they don't have some kind of a strange sexual urge to go and do some very interesting things to people. It doesn't mean that they don't have a problem with alcohol, because a person can do their watchtower or knock on doors. So until you give me something that Jehovah's Witnesses can do, that only morally upright people can do, then there's no difference between dating a Jehovah's Witness, dating a Baptist, dating a Catholic, dating anybody who kind of knows the difference between right and wrong, but that doesn't mean that they live by it. Let me know what you guys think. 937-789-4029. I can tell you stories as far as me dating, and finding out things that you would assume people wouldn't do, because why? It says not to do it in a publication. That doesn't mean that they're not going to do it. And it doesn't mean an elder's not going to cheat just because he's an elder and he should know better. Doesn't mean he's not going to beat his wife. It doesn't mean the wife's not going to beat the man. I've heard of all kinds of things happening. So you guys let me know what you think. But I sympathize with anyone. I'm not saying that the Jehovah's Witness concept, which is the same as everybody's religious concept of trying to find the best mate, is wrong. But the concept that if you're dating someone that's not a Jehovah's Witness, you're doing something wrong, that is completely false. Completely false. And these people will try to break up your relationship. If I'm dating a sister, if I'm a brother and I'm dating someone who's not a Jehovah's Witness, they will definitely get in my ear. They may get into her ear and try to tell her things, try to break it up, and good intentions or not, that's wrong. That's very wrong. A woman may be dating a man that is not a Jehovah's Witness, and they'll be all over her. That is simply wrong, and they have no basis for taking that stance, other than it's a stance taken out of ignorance. Ex Wallkill Bethelite signing out.